cool things about cruising around artist alleys. You run into cool people.
You've never heard of? Or never heard otherwise?
That may be true. However, this right here is what immediately drew me to your table. The spider. I freaking love the spider. And then this dude is responsible. Like, responsible?
Well, I won't go quite as far as responsible for the spider. I mean,
well, no,
Moonstone,
not the, but for
these
this.
2 books, yes.
For these 2 books, yes.
Right. I did the art, the cover, interior, it's all in black and white on the inside.
Nice.
I don't know if you're familiar with the white vision that Moonstone has done. It's kind of an interesting format where they have one illustration crossing the spine. Nice. So, and my style works pretty well for this because it gives it kind of a film noirish.
Right.
Because it's all placed in the 40s. This story is actually really interesting to me because it was an adaptation of an original story written in 1940.
Okay.
Prior, or 40 or 41, prior to Pearl Harbor, about the concerns Americans had of the Japanese infiltration. I'd always heard about concerns about the 5th column of the Nazis,
right?
But I'd never heard that people actually had concerns about the Japanese doing the same thing.
Right.
And that's what this, and like I said, this predates that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, wow, that was really fascinating.
That is kind of cool. Well, I'm a big fan of like pulpy stuff, and the spider's a really cool character. So
yeah.
I was like, well, I saw that. I got to come by and talk to this guy then. So what else you got going on? What's happening with you?
Like that, and then I'm just an artist who just works in my art. I also do photography.
Nice.
Some of the stuff on the other side, because I hire models for all my work.
Okay.
Sometimes the photographs I think are just cool on their own.
Oh, dude, that's
awesome. An illustration. That's a photograph. That's a photograph. And that's an illustration. So I kind of go between the 2.
Kind of make them both work.
Well, it's fun to work with models.
Oh yeah.
It's fun to get them to add their personality to it. It's for me, and I don't know if it's for anybody else, but it's difficult to get a unique sense of individual into a character unless somebody really shows that personality.
Right, right.
Because everyone's got a unique characteristic, especially
absolutely.
When they're trying to be a character, when you tell them about the history of the character, because as you might imagine, most models aren't overly familiar with the comics. I know. It's shocking.
It is stunning.
I mean, they know who Wonder Woman is, of course. That was an easier one.
Yes.
When you say Black Canary and they just look at you.
Right. They're like, you want me to put feathers on? What kind of weird is that?
Yeah. And then they say, well, you're going to scream. And then, of course, that doesn't sound too good either.
No. That's not the pitch that they want to hear a lot of times.
No. Actually, funny story. Before I started working with models, I was trying to do what Alex Ross did. I read he took like action figures.
Okay.
Right, and try to pose them. And okay, this would be cool. I can at least get workout layouts and stuff.
Right.
Okay, so this is prior to 9/11. So this is a while. This is going back like '99. Okay. Like before digital cameras were really good.
Right.
So I would take the pictures. I'd take them to Target to get a process.
Okay.
Okay. The problem is I had these action figures, and one of them was a terrorist action figure. So as I got there to pick up the prints, there was a cop car I had already pulled up. And so I'm going there, I'm just like, la 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 la. I walk up, can I get my, I literally walk up to the little booth.
Right.
And I say, here's my ticket, I'm here to pick up my thing. And the cop is talking to the manager. And the manager just looks over at me and says, that's him. I'm like,
ouch, ouch.
Yeah, so they take me to this back room and they start going through my pictures. And I'm trying to explain that I'm an artist and I use this as reference. I'm trying to, because I had this thing storyboarded out and I was using the figures to help me with the lighting and stuff. And I had this one figure with a mask on. And I said, well, it's supposed to be because I had a Batman figure and I had this other, just like a general figure. They were like 12-inch figures. So I said, well, this is Batman and that's the Joker. And he looks at it and goes, it doesn't look like the Joker. Yeah, that's because it's not, but I'm going to draw him as the Joker. Yeah, but he doesn't look like the Joker. Dude. He says, well, I have to confiscate the negatives and take them to my captain.
Really?
Really. So I'm on pins and needles for like 2 weeks. Part of it is my brother is actually a nuclear physicist. He works with a company that works with NASA, and he has high clearance level. So I'm thinking to myself, good God, what's going to happen if something, because again, thank God it was pre-9/11.
Right, yeah.
Right, because these are actually, one looked like a terrorist with a mask on.
You would be on the no-fly list.
No doubt. So, I'm concerned. It's like, oh my God, my brother's got like high-level clearance doing stuff with NASA, and they got my negatives. Like, I'm on pins and needles for 2 weeks. Eventually, the guy just said, well, here's your negatives back. We don't think you did anything wrong.
Thanks.
Yeah. It's like, oh my God.
You didn't take them and go, not yet.
No.
In hindsight, that's much funnier than it would have been at the time.
It would have been much funnier, but at the time, I was just grateful to get them back.
Yeah, no doubt. Dude, that's awesome.
So,
Well, tell people where they can find you, where they can get your stuff and all that fun stuff.
GaryCarbonArt.com.
Right there, see?
That's me.
That's him.
I will be updating my website in the next few months because it's sorely out of date.
Okay.
But I do commissions. I sell prints. I will be selling some books because I know Moonstone is sold out of the first book I did.
Wow.
So I'm the only one who's got any left.
Okay, nice.
And I don't know how they've done in the second one. Moonstone, unfortunately, is one of those companies that got hit by borders.
Yeah,
Borders closed. They got a bunch of inventory back. They got a bunch of unpaid invoices hanging out there.
Right.
So they might be a little harder with some of the distribution. I know he's trying to bounce back.
Right.
But man, that hurt a lot of people.
That did. That sucked completely. So, well, I love the spider. I can't wait to see more of your work, man. Thanks for taking time. I appreciate it, brother.
No problem. Thank you.